Alright, this is part 2 of my thoughts on the Smallville finale. Now, okay, this is where I know you guys have been wanting to hear my criticisms about some of the stuff, this Smallville finale. They're mostly related to one thing, but they are worth an entire video for. So, first thing that I definitely want to get out there is the fact that, and this is the one that ticked me off the most. Oh yeah, it ticked me off. Okay. I don't even know where to start with this. Like, when I heard Granny Goodness go up to Tess and say all this stuff about Darkseid's history, saying that, like, Darkseid's that really, by bringing darkness, he's bringing salvation. And a lot of stuff that really, no matter what way you look at it, okay, she's saying that Darkseid's bringing salvation by having Apocalypse come and saving the people who are worthy to survive, the people marked with the Omega symbol. Okay, sure, whatever. So, by saving the world, you are going to crush it with the people who are marked. You are also going to crush yourselves under Earth Apocalypse. You people are gonna die. Did anybody think of that? And yeah, you're probably saying, well, they're superpowered, they could probably take it. If the planet is going to... You know what? It's the realm of what if. And we don't know what would have happened, or what could have been, because Superman saved the day. But the other thing that I want to get into, and this is something I definitely have to say, because I was so ticked off in the way that they were bringing Darkseid to life in this season. In fact, I feel uncomfortable calling him Darkseid. Because yes, Smallville succeeded in telling the Superman story in a somewhat faithful way. You know, there's been the stuff like Lois being part of the reason he becomes Superman, which doesn't add up to the comic book continuity. That's another whole thing in itself. So they succeeded, for the most part, in showing how Clark becomes Superman. But where Smallville failed in this finale, and I mean failed, is adapting Darkseid faithfully. Because this was not Darkseid. This was Satan. And I'm not saying that as a metaphor, because Granny Goodness comes out and says straight to Tess and pretty much to me, after all my things of my videos saying that Darkseid's not the devil, they made him into this boogeyman, that he's pure evil, they come out and say to us, yes, Darkseid is Satan, Darkseid's Lucifer. Oh my gosh. Really? So Superman fought the devil in the Smallville finale. The devil comes from space. Did you know that? Darkseid's Satan. Wow. That was the thing that ticked me off the most about the finale. Granted, it was a great finale, so I was able to move on with a lot of that, but I was able to, forget about a lot of that, but they really did not adapt Darkseid in this. You can have creative license when it comes to adapting something that is from another medium, be it a comic book, a novel, a movie series, mythology. But you can't just do that. You're just literally just labeling the person, or this character who fans have wanted to see brought to life faithfully. Darkseid may be a supervillain, but he's not pure evil. So yeah, basically the Apocalyptians, Granny Goodness, Desaad, and Gordon Godfrey, they are a satanic cult. Funny how there were no pentagrams in the their Omega, what was it, chamber temple that they were in for like a couple minutes. I don't know. So yeah, basically the finale of Superman, they wanted to give him the ultimate villain. He got it. Superman fought the devil. You know, there's really no words I can say to that. That's just... There really are no words. I mean it. Like, that was so disrespectful to me. To really just say, we've run out of ideas, we're just gonna turn Darkseid into the devil because we can. And because it's convenient to us. If you're not gonna try and bring to life a supervillain from the comics, and yeah, I know I'm gonna still get criticism about my feelings on this. Hey, this is me talking. I don't have to be told what to think. But if you're gonna try and bring to life somebody from the comics, don't do something like this. Because you're gonna tick people off. And I'm one of them. And it's just an easy way out. I'm just gonna end it at that. And some other stuff regarding Darkseid, not the whole devil thing, because I've said enough on that as I need to. Now, Darkseid possessing Lionel's body in the end. Believe it or not, I actually kind of saw this coming. Because I just figured they needed a way to bring Darkseid to life. They didn't cast an actor for him. So they're going to go for the quickest villain they can and pull Zod in Season 5. Remember Vessel, where Lex was possessed by Zod? So I was thinking they were either going to literally redo that with Lex being possessed by Zod, and that's how he comes back to life, or Lionel's possessed by Zod. And in the end, it was Lionel. So, yeah, the Darkseid Superman, or Darkseid Clark fight was not very impressive. Granted, we saw him fly. He just flew through him, kind of like Neo and Agent Smith in The Matrix. So, it wasn't all that impressive, but the thing that I guess ticks me off the most is, first of all, the fact that didn't Desaad say that Darkseid didn't need a body anymore? So why did he bother taking control of Lionel? Is my question. And the second thing of all is, to the Lionel Luthor character, okay, yeah, it's the Smallville creators' character, so they can do with him what they want. But think about it this way. And yeah, I know this is the Lionel from the Earth 2. You know, the one where he is an evil guy to the present day. But, you know, Lionel Luthor from the real world. He's dead now, but the last thing that he had the last thing he did in his life was try to stop Lex from becoming worse than him. He was literally standing there ready to give his life, which he did, to stop his son from doing something that he was going to regret. Trying to redeem his son, and he was in that way redeeming himself for all the lifetime of, you know, crimes that he's done. So Clark was even saying, like, Lionel kind of died a good man. He didn't come out and say that, but it's the message that we got. And this guy is basically the image of Lionel. And he's literally been demonized. Because he's the host of the purest form of evil Smallville has ever had. I don't think you get a better definition of demonizing than that. So yeah, that was just some of the things that I was just like, really? Like, you're really gonna have all this stuff with Lionel from season 7 to the point where the man died a hero go to waste? That he's still gonna be spat on for the rest of the people's remainder? And that's what I haven't liked this season about season 10. Every time they have mentioned Lionel, or talked about Lionel, or shown Lionel in any way, they made him look like a complete tool. So, yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is the Superman suit. With this season, or with the finale, what they did was they showed the suit from a distance. They showed shots of Tom basically from the neck up when he was wearing the suit. And it was very obvious that it was probably CGI. So, and there is, I think, a valid reason in that, because it's very difficult for an actor to kind of put on that persona wearing a suit like that. Just think about how Tobey Maguire must have felt for 3 movies straight wearing blue and red pajamas. Just think about that for a minute, and trying to make it look like he can be taken seriously. Consider that next time you watch the Spider-Man movies. And the other thing is, Tom Welling apparently was always kind of hesitant about the Superman suit. That's just what I've heard. So I can kind of understand that route, but can you not give the people what they want? I guess they technically did with him, pulling the thing open and showing the Superman suit, but you kind of wanted to see him, like, standing on the side of a building, kind of like this, with the wind flowing over the cape, and him full out in the suit, but what can you do? That's just it. The other thing I want to talk about, the final thing I want to talk about is Chloe and Oliver's relationship. I guess the creators really don't give a rat's butt about, Oliver and Dinah. Whatever. I really wish that they could have just given a hint, even a little hint about it, but, and I want to know why Oliver wasn't in the future. I'm curious about that. Anybody think about that? Because I was wondering it. Why is it the last thing that I saw of Oliver was just him looking up when the planet Apocalypse was about to crush Metropolis? And we never see him in the future. I'm kind of curious about that. But yeah, I was a little bit annoyed with the fact that they really didn't bother to try and set it straight, because for all the Green Arrow fans out there, they don't want to see. Once again, it goes back to creative license, but what can you do? So those are my feelings about the finale, the things that did annoy me a bit. You're probably going to get some more videos down the line of me talking about in greater detail some of the things that ticked me off about the season. Like I said, the end of the season was worth the wait, but like I said before, the ends do not justify the means. And oh boy, I nearly came back to doing at least a couple of these reviews when I saw the episode Fortune. And you bet you will see my review of Fortune. Oh my gosh, was I ticked off. So, yeah, prepare for that somewhere down the line. Probably this summer, of me giving my thoughts on Fortune. Because I have plenty of things to say about that, and most of them aren't pretty.